Good morning everybody, thank you for joining me. There's been a bit of a delay at my collection this morning, so I thought I would give you a tour of my cab. Let's get cracking on with that. Okay guys, let's start with the steering wheel. So this side I've got the cruise control, increase the speed, decrease the speed, press and hold to set. If I turn it off with this button here, I reinstate it with this one here. This side, radio volume control, channel select, and answering and ending calls on the telephone. Stalk here, indicator up down. This is also the windscreen wiper and washer stalk as well. This one here is the engine braking, and you pull that down, put it on, push it up to turn it off. You can also switch this into manual mode. It's not something I ever do. Occasionally I will ask the gearbox to change down a gear, and I'll flick that down or towards me to change up a gear. On this side of the dashboard, got the speedometer and the fuel gauge. The blue lights there are the AdBlue level as well. So I need a bit of fuel and AdBlue before I go anywhere today. Bottom here tells me my speed and the distance that I'm following the vehicle in front for the adaptive cruise control. In the middle here, where the DAF logo is, just swap hands, is my the menu system. So that's my trip information in this one here. There you go, average speed and all of this sort of stuff, and my drive time and brake time. As I said, bit of a delay here, so I've only come down the road from the yard and then had to wait for a while. And again, driving support, eco mode, vehicle tips as well, fuel consumption, all within this menu here, and that is controlled by a button. I'll show you just 1 second. So as I said, that is controlled by this control here. Back on the menu, press it to select that menu, left and right, nice and easy to operate. On the right hand side we have the rev counter. This also then tells me information for the gear that I'm in, and got the temperature gauge there. Lights on and off are controlled here, and the fog lights work exactly the same as in a car. Above me I have my tacho machine, microphone for the telephone, and then I've got my light switch here for the light above me. This one here controls my external lights at the top of my cab, so I can flick that, and rather than my light bar coming on, the headlights that are factory fit come on instead when I put on the main beam. Just here's my handbrake. On this side I've got my distance control for my cruise control. This one here is the anti-collision warning button, so I can turn that system on or off. Ride height adjuster, so if I've just taken a heavy load off the rear axle, of course the suspension will rise up quite a lot, so I press that button and it automatically levels off. This one here is the lane departure warning button, so I can turn that information off. So if I'm down country roads or roads where it's quite narrow and I am going to be constantly going over the white line, I do turn that off, because it can get a little bit annoying because it just beeps at you on the side that you are over the white line. And then this is my exhaust regen button. Further down, hazard lights, traction control, hill start assist, and then this is controlling what gear we are selecting. D for drive, R for reverse, and then it does have the crawler gears as well. Heating controls, as you'd expect. I do have air conditioning, and as you can see, this is the button I mentioned earlier that controls the menu. Center console area now, so I've got my night heater button. This is the button that I use to lock and unlock the doors of an evening. So if I'm spending the night in the truck locking the doors, I just press that button there and it locks both of them at the same time. This button here, press it forward whilst flicking the little switch up, and that activates my tail lift. So my tail lift is now powered, so I could use that. Let's turn that off, and that button there turns off the audible warning when I'm reversing. And this one here is the light switch for above the passenger's seat. 24-volt socket, a USB which has continuous power, little tray here, AUX slot and a USB as well for charging, and then a 12-volt charger as well. Just a little tray there where I keep pens, my car keys, a paintbrush for some reason in there as well. And then, I say, an area here for storing paperwork or anything else that you want. And I also have 2 cup holders. Above the windscreen now, view from the bunk, I've got 3 lockers across the top. This one here is the place where I keep all my toiletries and those types of things. The one in the middle is where all my food, stove and saucepans and stuff is, and the one on the right has got the owner's manual and all of those bits in there as well. In here is where I keep just odd bits. I've got extra wires, the AUX cable. I've also got my mask hung up there out the way. And in this one here, again, just another piece of storage for paperwork or anything else that you may need. There's plenty of space in these storage areas. Yeah, gives you all the bits that you need. And also, these are the access areas to the headlights on the top of the truck. Okay, as you've probably been able to tell from previous videos, I do have a double bunk, 1, 2. All my clothes, bedding and everything goes up there out the way during the day. I bring that down when it comes to the evening. I've got curtains either side, one there, one here, which come round the windscreen to make it nice and cozy in the evening. In this truck as well, I also have quite a decent sized fridge. I tend not to overfill that too much, keep some drinks in there, bit of milk for making cups of tea as well. And as I say, another view of the bunk. I'm 6 foot tall, and I can lie across that bed no problem. It's a little bit narrow, so I do tend to tilt the seats forward just to make it a little bit more comfortable. Okay guys, hopefully you enjoyed that little tour of my cab there. It's not going to be in too much detail, but it just gives you an idea of obviously what I see on a daily basis when I'm driving along. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you found some of that information interesting, especially for people that may never have been inside a truck to know what it's like. Yeah, so anyway guys, I'm going to go crack on with my day. Hopefully it's not going to be too much of a longer wait for me, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys next time.